One seemingly harmless sleeping position. That's all it took. No pain, no cry for help, just silence. And when the sun rose, he didn't. It happens far more often than we think, especially after 60. When blood quietly thickens, when the heart beats just a little slower, when the body becomes a quiet battlefield and no one sees the war. Most people believe the heart gives a warning before it fails. But sometimes it doesn't scream. Sometimes it whispers. And sometimes it says nothing at all. Doctors have a name for this: silent heart attack. And nighttime is when it strikes most. Take Robert, 72 years old, retired, active, sharp-minded. Yes, his blood pressure was slightly elevated, but nothing serious. He walked daily, played with his grandkids, ate sensibly, and like many men his age, he always slept on his back. That night was no different. He brushed his teeth, kissed his wife goodnight, laid down, and never got up again. No struggle. His wife said he just didn't wake up. Autopsy? Silent cardiac arrest. You've heard stories like this. He passed peacefully in his sleep. But what if it wasn't peaceful? What if it was preventable? Have you ever woken at 2 a.m., gasping for air? Found your fingertips cold as ice in the morning? Did your smartwatch ever warn you about a low heart rate during the night? These aren't just aging. They're clues. New studies show that certain sleeping positions can increase cardiac pressure, restrict breathing, and disrupt the vagus nerve, the very nerve that controls your heart rhythm. But no one tells you that. Not your doctor, not your health app, not your mattress ad. So here's the quiet truth. Your sleep might be slowly damaging your heart. Not from lack of hours, but from how you lie down. And if you're over 60 or love someone who is, the danger multiplies. But here's the good news. One small shift, as simple as adjusting your position, can lower your risk dramatically. It costs nothing. It takes no effort, but it could save your life or theirs. So stay with me. This isn't just a video. It's a quiet warning and a powerful gift. Because tonight, while the world sleeps, your heart deserves to rest safely too. After the age of 60, the body changes, quietly, subtly, but significantly. The heart, though it may still feel strong, begins to tire. Blood becomes slightly thicker, flowing a little slower through vessels that are no longer as elastic or clean as they once were. You may not feel it during the day, but at night, when the body switches from active to recovery mode, these changes become critical. While we sleep, the parasympathetic nervous system takes control. It slows our heartbeat, lowers blood pressure, and relaxes the body. It's meant to be restorative, a healing phase. But for those with thickened blood, arterial stiffness, or past heart strain, this quiet phase can become a dangerous window. When blood pressure drops too low during sleep, the blood's natural tendency to clot increases. And if the heart is already working harder due to silent plaque, arrhythmias, or narrowing vessels, it becomes the perfect storm. This is what can cause a heart attack without warning, especially during deep sleep. And yet most people never consider one simple factor that tips the scale: how they sleep. Let's break it down. Sleeping flat on your back. The tongue naturally slides back slightly, narrowing the airway. Oxygen drops. Carbon dioxide builds. The heart, now deprived of clean oxygen, begins to beat faster and harder, right when it's supposed to rest. This sets the stage for blood pressure drop while sleeping, irregular rhythms, and, in the worst case, a silent heart attack. Now consider sleeping on your left side. It's often praised for digestion or pregnancy support, but it places physical pressure directly on the heart's left ventricle, the chamber that pumps blood to the rest of your body. If you have underlying heart issues, even ones you don't know about, that added compression can quietly stress the heart all night long. Now, try the right side. This is where things shift. The heart has more room to relax. The lungs expand more freely, allowing better oxygenation. The airway tends to stay open. And most importantly, the vagus nerve, your body's natural heart rhythm regulator, is gently supported, not irritated. Studies show that sleeping on the right side promotes more stable parasympathetic activity, reduces episodes of nocturnal angina, and supports more rhythmic heart function. For seniors, especially those with high blood pressure or a history of heart disease, this becomes the best sleeping position for protection, naturally. Here's a simple way to imagine it. Your blood vessels are like aging water pipes. Over time, they collect debris, cholesterol, calcium, inflammation. If pressure drops too much, the flow slows, and blood pools like stagnant water. Your liver is like your body's oil filter. It cleans the blood, balances fats, produces enzymes. But poor circulation from bad posture or soft mattresses slows that filtration, allowing dirty fuel to circulate. Your mattress? It's not just about comfort, it's about alignment. Too soft, your spine dips, hips sink, chest folds. Blood flow to and from the heart slows, pooling around compressed organs. Too firm, shoulders and neck take the brunt. Key nerves, especially those controlling the diaphragm and heart, get strained. You may not feel it, but over weeks, months, years, it adds up. Many people look for complex heart solutions, supplements, medications, exercise plans. But the simplest, most consistent strain on the heart may be hiding right beneath them every night. So ask yourself, are you sleeping in a position that heals or one that harms? Tonight, your body will do what it always does: rest, repair, renew. But it can only do that if your heart is supported, not suffocated. And that support doesn't come from a pill or a doctor. Sometimes it comes from simply rolling over to the right. Most people never think twice about how they sleep. The day ends, they lie down, pull up the covers, and drift off, unaware that their sleeping position, mattress choice, and pillow habits might be silently burdening the organ they depend on most, the heart. It sounds far-fetched, even dramatic, but for thousands each year, these 4 common mistakes become the quiet trigger for fatigue, arrhythmia, and even silent heart attacks. The first mistake is sleeping on your back and assuming that snoring is harmless. When you lie flat, gravity causes the tongue and soft tissues of the throat to slide back slightly, narrowing the airway. This can lead to mild, undetected sleep apnea, where airflow is reduced without a complete blockage. Oxygen levels begin to drop, and your brain, sensing the deficit, forces micro-awakenings that momentarily spike your heart rate to jolt your breathing back to normal. You won't remember it the next morning, but your heart will. This repeated stress, night after night, builds a hidden oxygen debt that pushes your cardiovascular system into silent overdrive. Men are especially vulnerable here. Their neck anatomy and fat distribution make them more prone to airway collapse. And yet, heart attack symptoms in men are often ignored unless they're dramatic. The truth is, not all heart attacks come with chest pain or shortness of breath. Some happen quietly with no warning while the person lies asleep, just like Mr. Robert in the beginning of this story. The second mistake is the pursuit of comfort at the cost of circulation, using an overly soft mattress. When your mattress sinks deeply under your weight, the spine loses alignment. The hips drop, the chest collapses inward, and the blood returning from your legs and lower body must travel uphill through a compressed venous system. For a younger person, this might only lead to stiffness or fatigue, but for someone over 60, whose blood may already be thicker and vessels narrower, this slowdown in circulation can be critical. Blood begins to pool. Microclots can form during deep REM sleep, when your body is still and your muscles are paralyzed. Over time, these tiny disruptions in blood flow lay the groundwork for the kind of heart attack that doesn't announce itself until it's too late. One viewer of our channel, Jerry from Michigan, shared that he always woke up exhausted, despite getting a full 8 hours. After switching to a firmer, supportive mattress and elevating his legs slightly, his sleep monitor showed fewer nighttime heart rate spikes. That small adjustment changed his mornings, and maybe it saved his heart. The third mistake is sleeping on your left side when you have underlying heart conditions. While it's commonly recommended for digestion or pregnancy, left side sleeping increases pressure on the heart's left ventricle, the very chamber responsible for pumping blood to the rest of the body. This compression isn't dramatic, but it's constant. And for a heart that's aging, tired, or has previously suffered damage, that added weight during deep sleep can be too much. It forces the heart to work harder, increases the likelihood of irregular rhythms, and restricts full chest expansion, reducing oxygen intake throughout the night. Over time, this imbalance creates the perfect conditions for nocturnal cardiac events. Many still ask, what is the reason of heart attack that occurs without pain or physical exertion? Often, it's an accumulation of stress while the body should be recovering. The fourth mistake is one that few talk about, but many make: poor neck support, especially in people with cervical disc degeneration. As we age, the vertebral discs between our neck bones lose hydration and height. Some of us develop mild herniation without even realizing it. But here's where it connects to the heart. The upper cervical spine houses nerves that regulate breathing, heart rhythm, and blood pressure, particularly through the vagus nerve. If your pillow is too high, too low, or lacks contour, the cervical spine can tilt unnaturally, compressing those critical nerves. This doesn't cause immediate pain, but the effects are cumulative: erratic heartbeat, shallow breathing, irregular sleep. In women especially, this kind of disturbance is dangerous because symptoms of heart attack for women tend to be more subtle: nausea, fatigue, sleep disruption, not dramatic chest pressure. Think of your neck like the base of a power line tower. If it's crooked, everything above it wobbles. Your nervous system, your heartbeat, needs stable alignment to function at its best, especially when it's trying to recharge at night. So before you lie down tonight, take a moment to ask yourself, is my mattress holding me up or pulling me down? Is my pillow lifting my head gently or bending my neck into fatigue? Is my body positioned to breathe deeply, circulate smoothly, and rest completely? Because sleep isn't just about rest, it's about recovery. It's the only time your heart gets to slow down, repair, and reset. But that healing can't happen if the body is sending silent stress signals all night long. In just a moment, we'll go into the natural solutions that can reverse these risks, starting with one simple change to how you position your body and your pillow. But first, let this sink in. The most dangerous part of sleep might not be the dreams you forget, but the stress your heart remembers. If your sleep has been quietly stressing your heart, here's the part you've been waiting for: the healing. The good news is, your body is not broken. It's just been asking for help in silence. And nature, as always, has given us powerful tools to restore balance. No prescriptions, no procedures. Just small, deliberate changes that help your heart rest as deeply as the rest of you. The first shift begins with your position. Lying on your right side is more than a comfort preference. It's a strategy. This posture allows the lungs to expand fully, relieves pressure from the heart's left ventricle, and reduces the chances of airway collapse. Blood returns to the heart more easily, oxygen exchange improves, and the entire cardiovascular system flows more freely. Especially for older adults, this is the safest, most efficient way to sleep. But even the right position needs the right support. A hugging pillow placed in front of your torso keeps your spine aligned, prevents twisting, and anchors your body in position. It makes side sleeping feel natural and sustainable, night after night. Pair that with a neck-supporting pillow that follows the natural curve of your cervical spine. This isn't about comfort. It's about protecting the delicate nerves that influence your heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing rhythm. Imagine it like tuning a guitar string, too high or low, and the sound distorts. Your neck alignment is the same. It sets the tone for the rest of your body. Next, nourish your heart before bedtime. What you eat and drink in the evening creates the internal chemistry your heart must swim in all night. Choose foods rich in magnesium, potassium, and clean fats. A small bowl of oats can help relax the nervous system. A handful of cashews supports vascular health. A slice of avocado offers plant sterols that regulate cholesterol naturally. But avoid dairy, particularly milk, close to bedtime. For many people, it subtly triggers mucus production, slows digestion, or causes inflammation. All of these make your heart work harder just when it's trying to rest. Instead, try this simple, natural ritual. 1 glass of warm water with a pinch of sea salt, taken about 60 minutes before bed. This gentle tonic supports hydration, balances sodium levels, and slightly thins the blood, helping it circulate more smoothly through aging vessels. It's one of the easiest, most overlooked ways to reduce cardiovascular strain without medication. And yes, it's one more step in how to prevent heart attack during sleep. Now we come to the breath, your body's internal reset button. Try the 4-7-8 breathing technique, enhanced with diaphragmatic breath holding. This is not shallow chest breathing. It's deeper, slower, and profoundly more healing. Here's how. Inhale gently for 4 seconds through the nose. Hold the breath for 7 seconds, but let the air fill your abdomen, not your chest. You should feel your belly rise. Exhale slowly for 8 seconds through pursed lips like a soft sigh. This technique activates the vagus nerve, a key part of the parasympathetic system that tells your heart to relax. It increases blood oxygenation, lowers heart rate, and reduces the risk of stroke while sleeping. Practice it just 5 to 10 rounds before bed, and your entire system begins to shift from fight or flight to repair and recovery. Combined, these natural practices create something powerful. A nightly ritual that doesn't just prevent illness, it promotes deep, cellular-level healing. And over time, this becomes your new normal. You'll wake up with more energy, you'll sleep deeper, with fewer disturbances. And perhaps most importantly, your heart will thank you in the language it knows best: silence, rhythm, strength. Of course, vitamins for heart health and supplements for heart health can support this process. Magnesium, CoQ10, omega-3s. These are allies, but no pill will replace the foundation your lifestyle creates. The food you eat, the breath you take, the way you lie down to rest, these are the true medicines. Your body already knows how to heal. You just need to stop getting in its way and start listening to what it's been trying to tell you all along. Protecting your heart doesn't start with a pill. It begins with the rhythms of your daily life and the rituals of your night. What you do in the 2 hours before bed, the moments before sleep, and even the first minutes after waking, all quietly shape your cardiovascular health. Over time, these moments add up, either toward healing or toward harm. Let's walk through a nightly ritual that's simple, natural, and built for recovery. 2 hours before bed. This is when healing starts. Not when your eyes close, but when the kitchen closes. Think of your digestion like a gentle fire. You want it warm, not roaring. So eat light. A small bowl of steamed vegetables, oats, or half an avocado is enough. You're not fueling for activity. You're preparing for repair. Avoid red meat, fried foods, and especially dairy. Many people don't know this, but milk at night can quietly inflame the system, trigger mucus buildup, and subtly restrict breathing. If you snore, wheeze, or feel congested in the morning, this might be why. Instead, sip a warm glass of water with a pinch of sea salt. It's not just soothing. It hydrates, balances electrolytes, and helps prevent blood stagnation, which is a key risk in any heart attack prevention sleep routine. This small step supports blood flow without needing blood thinners. 30 minutes before bed. Now it's time to calm the heart. Begin with 10 rounds of deep diaphragmatic breathing, the 4-7-8 method we discussed earlier. But don't just count the seconds. Feel the shift. Inhale gently. Hold the breath in your belly. Let your mind slow. Let the worries fall away. This is not meditation. It's cellular medicine. This type of breathing has been shown to activate the vagus nerve, reduce heart rate variability spikes, and bring the body into parasympathetic rest. It's more effective than melatonin. And free. Pillow setup and sleep environment. This part is critical and often neglected. Use a neck pillow that supports your cervical curve. This reduces tension on the spine and minimizes nerve compression. Place a hugging pillow in front of your chest. It prevents you from rolling, aligns the shoulders, and helps side sleeping feel natural. Optionally, place a thin pillow between your knees to align the hips and spine. These aren't extras. They're structural supports for a healing posture, especially for those with back pain, arthritis, or congestive heart failure, where posture directly affects circulation. Avoid direct cold air from fans or AC on your chest. Your chest is where your heart rests. Think of it like a fragile plant. It doesn't grow well in cold wind. Cool your room, yes, but keep your body warm and protected. During sleep, if you wake in the night and find yourself on your back or left side, don't panic. Just roll gently back to your right. Over time, your body will relearn what's safe. Muscle memory builds, and safety becomes your default. Upon waking, this moment matters more than most people realize. Your heart has worked all night. It deserves a gentle return to gravity, not a jolt. So stay lying down for 30 seconds. Wiggle your fingers. Breathe deeply. Feel the soles of your feet. This prevents blood pressure spikes, dizziness, or faintness, especially common in seniors. Now, check in. Did you dream? Did you wake with energy? Were your hands warm? Did you feel rested or restless? Start a simple sleep journal. Each morning, jot down time you slept and woke, position you fell asleep and woke up in, energy level, emotional state, quality of breath or snoring. Over weeks, you'll see patterns. You'll learn what helps and what doesn't. This is your personal diagnostic tool, more powerful than most apps. The best diet for heart disease isn't just low-fat or sugar-free. It's timed, it's light, it's aligned with your circadian rhythm. The diet for congestive heart failure includes restful timing, electrolyte balance, and evening calm, not just medication. You don't need to change everything overnight. But if you change one thing each week, the position, the pillow, the drink, the breath, you'll create a nightly rhythm that trains your body to heal. Like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes, make this care automatic, because every peaceful night is a step toward a stronger heart and a longer life. Some changes take months, others just 30 days. Margaret, 68, had lived with an irregular heartbeat for years. A cabinet full of pills, yet every morning she woke up anxious. Cold hands, light sleep, that constant undercurrent of worry. Then one night, her daughter sent her a video. It wasn't flashy, it didn't promise miracles. It simply explained how something as ordinary as sleep could either hurt or heal the heart. Margaret didn't change her doctor. She didn't buy a supplement. She just changed her sleeping position to her right side. She got a firmer pillow that followed the curve of her neck. She practiced 4 to 7-8 breathing before bed, letting the breath settle deep in her belly, where real calm begins. In 2 weeks, her mornings felt lighter. In 4 weeks, her blood pressure readings stopped swinging wildly. She still had heart flutters from time to time, but the fear had left. "I feel like I'm no longer working against my body," she said. "For the first time in years, my body feels like home again." This isn't a miracle. It's biology, finally given the right conditions. It's the wisdom of small changes, stacked consistently, night after night. So let me ask you something that no cardiologist ever will. Do you want to fall asleep peacefully or vanish silently into the dark? Because the truth is, too many people over 60 normalize poor sleep. They accept exhaustion. They ignore cold limbs. They assume it's just age, when it might actually be the cost of bad habits nobody warned them about. You know better now. And knowledge only becomes power when shared. So if this message opened your eyes, even a little, send it to someone you care about. Not because we asked, but because they might be sleeping in danger without even knowing it. We believe in healing that's natural, scientific, human, not magic, not marketing. No pills, no promises, just the truth about how your body wants to survive and how you can help it by simply listening. Because the greatest medicine doesn't always come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes in a moment of stillness, a shift in position, and the courage to care before it's too late.